What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. To follow up on my last video, I talked about the Jets offense. This one will obviously cover the defense. And I think there's plenty of excitement around this group, and rightfully so. Last year, they had so many young players playing, out of position, and just there was amongst complete chaos. The offense couldn't stay on the field, so the defense is on the field for 35, 40 minutes. So a lot of these players were trial by fire, which in some cases is not a good thing. So you look at the front. For the front seven is probably going to dictate most of what this defense does, as obviously for most. But the defensive line is a legitimate strength. Quinnen Williams hopefully gets back healthy and can be a complete disruptive force. But for the first time in like 3 eons, the Jets have a legitimate outside pass rusher on Carl Lawson. But it's going to be more than that. The Jets now can platoon to rotate in so many different guys. Where you have, you'll have your Bryce Huff, you have your John Franklin Myers. You have rotations inside the defensive line with Kyle Phillips, Nathan Shepard, Foto Kasi, Rankins, Vinny Curry. I mean, it's going to be just relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Stopping the run will be a number one priority. So it is going to be so much fun to watch. According to everything that Saleh said, along with his defensive coordinator, it's, first and second down, it's pretty much their base defense. A 4-3, just do what they, standard defense, get after it. And then on third down, they get real creative with their blitzes, their schemes, their zones. And I think it's going to be freaking exciting, man. Like, I don't think we probably haven't seen this level of pass rush in probably a decade, if maybe even more, with the way they're going to get after their quarterback and sell out and stop the run. Now, C.J. Mosley coming back is an X factor. If he comes back, according to every report, he's lighter, he's faster, which will pay big dividends as a middle linebacker in a 4-3. He is a Pro Bowl level player, but he hasn't played in 2 years. So can he stay healthy, and what can he bring to the table? They signed Jarrad Davis for the outside, which he has a lot of expectations. Extremely, fast athlete, good sideline to sideline guy, but he's kind of been labeled as a bust. So the Jets are hoping to hit like a diamond in the rough there, where it's like they're going to get a lot out of him, And then after that, it's just the linebacking group as a whole. Blake Cashman, I mean, everybody had high hopes for him. The guy can't stay healthy. So you kind of wonder what the linebackers are going to give you. The Jets drafted a lot of guys that are kind of hybrid players, safeties, linebackers. You look at the corners, which is a legitimate concern for a lot of us because we don't know what we have there. Bryce Hall, the one thing I keep forgetting, and I'll completely admit this, is, there was no preseason last year. A lot of these guys, even training camp was modified, and a lot of these guys were banged up. So they were just basically thrown to the wolves during games, and you really don't know what they were learning, what they were being taught, and how much, really true experience they got, just like working on technique and practice. So now you have a true NFL offseason, which is going to benefit all these guys, even a Bless Austin. So you have Javelin Guidry, Bryce Hall, Lamar Jackson, all these young guys that are going to get, next level coaching under much different circumstances, which, preseason games, full training camp with, regular conditions. That's going to pay huge dividends. Then you add in this draft class where they added, like I said, a bunch of great athletes with a lot of versatility, a lot of flexibility in positions. And, you see that Saleh is going to, mix and match, try to do a lot of creative things, supported by 2 veterans as safeties. So you have Marcus May and LaMarcus Joyner, who they love back there. And those are going to be your two generals back there that can help offset the young corners that are kind of flying around. So you can see the vision is your front seven's getting after it, your corners, you're probably playing zone, and your safeties are cleaning up the mess. And I think it's going to pay good dividends. I think this is going to be a much cleaner defense, probably a lot more disciplined, a lot more tenacity, a lot more passion, a lot more they're just going to get after it, man. And I think it's going to be so much fun to watch. I think they'll be able to hold their own against a lot of defenses. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to add a veteran corner. The Richard Sherman things are still out there. The Brian Poole things are still out there. It seems like Sherman wants to stay on the West Coast and wants to get his big day. Brian Poole, we're not sure of the relationship with the defensive coordinator based on what happened in Atlanta. But I wouldn't be surprised if they still look to add maybe some veteran pieces. But I think the defense is going to be fun to watch. I really do. Now, everybody wants to say, they're top 20, top 15. Listen, if they can stop the run, say if they're 8, 9, 10 against the run and 15 against the pass, that'll keep you in every game. Like everybody wants to kind of say, hey, can the Jets shock people? I think they will. Just like with the offense, the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, the Jets defense will take their opponent by storm because nobody knows what to expect. Nobody knows what to expect. How they're going to use Carl Lawson. How are they going to use, what's going to happen with Quinnen Williams? They don't know how all these pieces are going to work. What's Mosley going to be like? So So for the first 4 or 5 weeks, everybody's going to be completely caught off guard, and then offensive coordinators are going to try to find ways to attack them. But I think that the team's going to be very well coached. I mean, Saleh is a very creative guy. It's a very highly competent coaching staff, and I think this is just going to be fun to watch. I think I probably repeated myself a couple times, but it's Sunday morning, and I only had a half a coffee. But overall, I think this is going to be a very, like I said, a top 15 defense, maybe even higher. It's going to be exciting. There'll be some learning curves. They may get beat deep a couple times here and there, and there'll be some finger pointing. Honestly, I think I'm curious to see what happens with the Marcus Maye contract. They have till July 15th. He is a very respected leader on this team. And this would be kind of one of the guys where Joe Douglas kind of keeps one of their own. Like, he's done all the hard work. He kept the team together last year under ridiculous circumstances. Captain, team MVP. And if this is like a core nucleus guy to say, you know what, he's very important here for the next 3 years, then you get your deal done. $10 million a year, whatever it is. Maybe if you have to stretch to 11 to get it done. The Jets have the cap space. They don't have a lot of guys to worry about going forward in terms of contract. So that'll be interesting to see how they do that. Other than that, the special teams, they need a kicker in the worst way. It seems like that's a yearly conversation. I had a Ross Martin campaign for I think 2 years now, but I wouldn't be surprised with that. The punt returners, a lot of competition, a lot of speed. The gunners, I think special teams coverage will be a lot better this year because they added a lot of excellent athletes that are very physical, which is always a good thing. So special teams play should improve. The kicking game, I don't know. The punter, he's very inconsistent in my opinion, but we'll see what happens there. Other than that, we'll be live Monday night with live streams, Tuesday night radio show. If any of you guys are coming down the shore to Stone Pony for concerts like Rise Against or Dropkick Murphys, whatever else, let us know. Maybe we could all meet up and have a beer. And that's it. Have a good day.